Namaste, welcome my dear student friends. My name is Surya.Bahadur and I am an assistant professor in an engineering college. I welcome you all pupils to my channel Educate Youth, where you will be getting the latest technical videos. If you haven't subscribed my channel, if you haven't liked my channel, if you haven't shared my channel, just go below and just subscribe, like and share my channel, so that you will be getting the latest videos related to the technical knowledge. Okay, and also comment me below on what topic you want to be getting covered related to your competitive examinations, your diploma courses, your BTech courses. So whatever the technical topics you want to be get covered, you just comment me below. I'll just make the video on that, and I'll just put it on the channel so that you can get the latest knowledge. So let us start today's topic, software testing. Okay, so in this particular topic I will be going to cover the definition for software testing, what is black box testing and what is white box testing. So these three questions are repeatedly asked in your competitive examinations, and also in your BTech level, in your semester examinations, these three questions is being repeatedly asked. So I will be going to cover this particular three questions, the answers for those three questions in details in today's class. Okay, so let us first of all go for defining the software testing. So what is the definition for the software testing? Okay, so software testing is a process. Software testing is a process in which defects, bugs, errors are identified. Okay, so try to understand. So software testing is a process in which defects, bugs, errors are identified. So here the software tester or the software developer is responsible for identification of the defects, bugs and errors in that particular software. So they will be going for doing the different kinds of software testing. Okay, so during this process, a software tester or a software developer is responsible for identification of defects or bugs or errors in that particular software process. Okay, so after identifying the defects, bugs or errors, then what is the next to do? The next is isolated and subjected for verification. Validation, review, walkthrough, inspection. So you understood? So your defects, bugs and errors are identified. Then after identification, isolate it. Isolate it. The bugs you need to isolate it. Okay? Isolate it, and that isolated bug that you have isolated it. Okay? So that isolated bug needs to be verified, validated, reviewed, walkthrough, inspection has to be done. Okay, so these processes has to be done. Okay, why to do? To fix that particular bug, to fix that particular error, to fix that particular defect. Okay, so by doing that, by doing subjecting the bug for verification, validation, reviews, walkthrough, inspection, by doing this, you are just fixing the bug. That means you are rectifying the bug. Okay, so you understood this. So what it will ensure right now? This will ensure that the product, the software product, is defect or bug free. So finally, what it will ensure? It will ensure that the software product is bug free. Okay, it will ensure that the software product is bug free. So by doing that, you are fixing the particular software product as a bug free. Okay, so by doing this activity, what you will be achieving? Okay, so that is the main thing. Hence, the software product achieves quality. Finally, end user or the customer satisfaction. Okay. So this can be the definition for your software testing. So what is the definition for software testing? Software testing is a process in which the defects, bugs and errors are identified, isolated and subjected for verification, validation, reviews, walkthrough and inspection. So by doing all these activities, what it will ensure? This will ensure that the software product is defect or bug free. Okay, bug free means what? Quality is generated. Hence the software product achieves the quality. Okay, so when the quality is achieved, obviously the end user or the customer is satisfied in the market. Okay, so this can be the best definition for your software testing. Okay, so let us discuss. So the next question, what is black box testing? Okay, so I have already written the definition for this. You just go through this. Black box testing is a testing method or strategy where the internal perspective of a system, design, implementation details are not known to the tester. So try to understand. Okay, testing is a black box testing is a testing method or strategy where the internal perspective, that means the internal structure of that particular system. Okay, you can say that internal structure or internal perspective of a system, design details, implementation, or you can say it as a coding details. Coding details, that means what language you have used. Okay, that means what high level language you have used to develop that particular software, whether C or C++ or Java or Python. Okay, what language you have used to develop that particular software. That means the implementation details, okay, are not known to the tester. So tester is not knowing all the internal perspective of the particular system. Okay, so how that particular tester will be testing the particular product right now? Okay, so he is responsible for testing the functionality of that particular product. Okay, so he is responsible for testing the functionality testing. Okay, functionality testing or the system testing he is going to do. Okay, so that means I have shown here, you can see here this is a black box. Okay, black box, input is there, output is there. Okay, so this is a black box and it is totally opaque. It is not transparent, opaque. Okay, that means what is inside it is not visible. That means it seems like a black box. Okay, so if I show you an example, you can see this I am showing you one box. Okay, so you can say this as a black box. because I don't know what is inside. Okay, so if I open it and see what is inside, that becomes a white box. Okay, are you understanding the difference? Okay, so this is a black box to me. I don't know what is inside. Okay, what is inside, I am not aware of that. This is opaque to me, not transparent. What is inside, I don't know. Okay, so this is the black box. Okay, so like that. This is a black box. What is inside, you don't know. Okay, so in software terms, I'll give one example. In software terms, for example, you take one application, like you take one calci application. Okay, calci calculator. So the calci application is in front of you. Okay, so as a tester, as a black box tester, the tester is responsible for doing the black box testing. That means what you will be going for testing? You will be going for testing the functionality of that particular application, of that particular system. Okay, he is going for testing the he is going for performing the system testing. He is going for performing the functional testing. Okay, as a black box tester. Okay, as a black box tester, he is responsible for doing the functional testing of that particular system or that particular application. Okay, so I'll tell you one example, like your calculator. Calculator is an application. So that application you are using in your mobile. Okay, you are using your mobile phone. So in that application, you will be getting the user interface where the end user can interact with that particular application. So you will be having the user interface where your addition button, subtraction button, multiplication button, division button, all are there in front of you. As an end user, you got the user interface. So as a black box tester, how you will be testing this application? You will be going for testing the functionality of this particular application, whether this particular application is performing according to the requirement or not. So my requirement is right now I want to do the addition of two numbers. So this particular application is able to do the addition for me or not. Okay, so that kind of testing. So I will be responsible for writing the test cases and executing the test cases. Okay, so what is my test case right now? I will be adding. What will be my test case right now? I will be responsible for adding the two numbers, addition of two numbers. So for adding the two numbers, I will just press the two button. Okay, I will just press the button 2. Then I will press the button add button in my application, and I will press the 3 button in my application. So my testing is that when I am giving the input as 2, this application is taking that input or not. That you are checking the functionality. Okay. So I am giving the 2, application is taking. Okay. So there is no problem. I am giving the input as plus button I am just putting. So the application is taking my request. Okay. So the next I am putting my input as 3, the application is taking my input. So when I am given the 2 plus 3 as an input, then I am putting the equal to button, result button, then I am getting the output in my output screen as 5. Okay. So this output I got. I have given the input 2 plus 3. Okay, I don't know the internal perspective as a black box tester. Okay, so internally what is happening, I don't know. Okay, I have given the input 2 plus 3. My output is getting 5. I am getting 2 plus 3. What is happening inside? Internal implementation details, I don't know. Okay, so as a black box tester, I am responsible for doing the functionality testing, the system testing. I am testing the workability of this particular system, workability of this particular application. Okay, so right now this is how I am going for testing my application. 2 plus 3, I am getting the output as 5. Okay, so I will be going for testing my application, software subtraction button I will test, the multiplication button, I will test the division button. So all the test cases I will write and I will execute in my application, and I will try to find it out that my functionality test is getting passed or not. Okay, so if all my functionality test is getting passed, means my application is quality, is having the quality. That is no problem with my application. Okay, so I hope you understood what is black box testing. You can have the definition of the black box testing. Okay, so you can draw the diagrams, you can give the examples. Okay, fine. Okay. And now moving to the next question, what is white box testing? So this is also one of the most important questions which is being asked in your semester examinations, in your BTech level or any competitive examinations. Okay, so let us try to understand the definition for the white box testing. So white box testing is a testing strategy or method where the internal perspective, design, implementation details are known to the tester. Okay, so here the tester knows what the internal perspective, that means the internal structure, design part, implementation details, that means the coding details, on what language the particular product or the software has been developed, that means whether C, C++, Java or Python or any other high level languages, that coding part also a software tester knows. Okay, that details are known to the tester. Okay, so it is known to the tester, so everything a tester knows, the development part the tester knows. Okay, so that is the definition for white box testing. Okay, so white box, as I said you that the internal perspective, the tester can be able to know the internal perspective, the internal structure of the program, internal design of the program, the coding details of the particular software, everything he knows. Okay, so this is the definition for white box testing. So let us take one example. So I have written one small code over here. This particular code, you can see that the addition of two numbers. Okay, addition of two numbers. This is a code in the C language. You can see. So void main, I have declared the three variables over here. Okay, so integer variables. So a, b, and sum. Okay, printf, scanf, and sum a plus b, addition of two numbers, printf sum equal to this one. So this is the output. So whenever you will be in the output screen, you will be getting enter two numbers. You will be giving the two numbers 2, 3. You will be getting 2 plus 3 equal to 5. Okay, this is the output you will be getting. Okay, so this is the C program. So I will put this in the box. Input test cases. Output. So like in the black box, I have the same way I have drawn the diagram here. So you can call this as a white box. Okay, white box. So can you observe right now the differentiation of the black box and white box? So here in the white box, you are able to see the internal structure of the particular software. The implementation details you can see over here. Okay, what is inside the box? That means it is transparent. This box is transparent. Okay, so what is the internal perspective of the particular system you are able to see? The implementation details you can see. Okay, the internal structure you can see. Okay, so here the tester will be testing in what way right now? The tester will be responsible to do the white box testing. That means he is responsible for writing the test cases and running the test cases. Okay, in the white box perspective. That means a tester, the white box tester is responsible for walking through the code, reviewing the code, inspecting the code, for what? To find the bugs. Okay, so this is a simple example. I will take the example of the same application, that is the calculator. So in the black box case, you are just responsible for checking the functionality of this particular system. That means you are doing the system testing. But in the white box case, you are not responsible for doing the functional testing or the system testing. You are responsible for doing the testing of the internal perspective, implementation details testing. That means you are just responsible for walking through the code, checking the code, then inspecting the code, reviewing the code to find out the bugs. Any bug is there or not. Okay. So in this application, you are just checking the internal perspective, internal structure of the particular code. Okay. So what kind of testing? Under the white box testing, you can go for doing. You can go for doing the unit testing. Okay. So you can go for doing the unit testing. You can go for doing the regression testing. You can go for doing the integration testing. Okay, so lot of testing activities, white box testing activities are there. You need to perform all those testing activities, and your ultimate aim is to check and find the bug. Okay, so you can go for doing the path testing, path testing. You can go for doing the control flow testing. You can go for doing the branch testing. Okay, so all kind of testing you can perform over here, to find out the bug. Okay, so one more thing, you can go for doing the testing activities, white box testing activities, by walking through the code also. You can technically it is one term is there, walkthrough means it's just like walking through the code and trying to find out the bug or error. Okay, doing the inspection, doing the reviews. Okay, so these all kinds of activities you can do in the white box testing. Okay, all those activities you can do in the white box testing. One more thing is that you can go for testing manually also. If you want to save the time, you can use the automation tools for doing the white box testing. So a lot of automation tools are available, standard tools are available, which your software industry, software companies used to follow. Like one software white box testing tool, you can go for QTP. Okay, you can go for WinRunner, you can go for LoadRunner. These are the automation tools for doing the white box testing activities. Okay, otherwise you can go for checking manually also. That you call it as a manual testing, writing the test cases and executing those test cases. Okay, manually you can perform, otherwise you can go for automation also to save the time. Okay, by using the automation tools. Okay, like I given the example like LoadRunner, WinRunner, QTP. Okay, so all those tools you can use for doing the white box testing. Okay, so I hope you understood. Under the software testing, the 3 questions I have answered. Okay, so what is software testing, what is black box testing, and what is white box testing. I hope you understood all those testing, these important questions, the answer for those important questions. So for the time being, we'll be stopping right now. We'll meet in the next class. Okay, thank you.